I'm Micki Cowan. It's October 3rd, 2011, and you're watching the Ubyssey Weekly Show.
Okay. This week in sports, we're doing a profile on the soccer team captain Jason Gill, and as well we're seeing how women's rugby is going to do this weekend as they make a push to get into the Canada West playoffs. And spin.
Sudoku. We have Sudoku. It's not the size of your face anymore. It's a normal size Sudoku.
In the feature section of this paper, Will Johnson, one of our awesome columnists, has an essay he's written about a boy that his family adopted from the downtown east side, and it's a very moving and touching story, and you're going to love it. I hope.
We found out, Drake. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
One of the stories we have is an update about how the donation from the SJC to the SPHR for the Canadian vote to Caza, that actually never went through. And then we have groups affiliated to stop UBC animal research have been cropping up at different universities across Canada.
So you just heard a little bit about Stop UBC Animal Research. I'm here with Arshy Mann, the writer of the article, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about that. Can you tell us a little bit about Stop UBC Animal Research?
Sure, Micki. Stop UBC Animal Research was a group that was formed at the university to oppose animal experimentation that's done here. So their long-term goals are to end animal experimentation across Canada and to build a moral and practical case against that. However, in the short term, what they want is more transparency in actual experiments.
What has UBC's response been so far?
Well, UBC has essentially stonewalled Stop on their many Freedom of Information requests. Their spokesperson, Brian Vincent, told me about one request that they made for a grant. They got back 70 pages, 60 of which were completely redacted.
Can you tell us a bit about similar groups that have sprouted up at other universities?
One of the most active right now that has sprouted up is Stop U of T Animal Research at the University of Toronto. Stop has been working on a number of national campaigns and have been trying to gain momentum for them. For instance, one is they want to pressure Air Canada to stop shipping in primates for experiments. And they also want to put pressure on the Canadian Council for Animal Care, which is the regulatory body that oversees animal research in Canada, to get them to be more transparent and to be more open, similar to how it's done in the United States.
Thanks, Arshy.
It's my pleasure, Micki.
We hit up campus to see what students have to say about UBC's animal research practices.
I fully support using animal in research.
I don't think it is very moral. I don't really have a reason why, but I do want to say no.
I think it's sort of a necessary evil. I think it's the benefits outweigh the negatives to it.
I think they use them as humanely and as morally correct as you possibly can.
If they're harming animals, then I'm definitely against it. But if it's observations, then I think that could be allowed on certain grounds.
My dad's actually a researcher, and so I kind of know the troubles he has to go through to use animals.
I think it's immoral. However, I think that it is also potentially necessary and that there are two sides to the story.
Arts! It's very quick. It's very succinct.
Judith! My name's Judith.
It's all very short and punctuated.
Get away!
It leaves a lot of room to explore.
I'll go back and tell them.
Oh God! I'm sorry. Oh God.
It's just so dark and twisted, but comedic at the same time. Sally Clark has put a very comic spin on Kafka, but at the end of the day, it's still Kafka. So there's only so many laughs before the laughs eventually run out.
Judith is very interesting. We're doing the idea of a woman in the 80s, the 80s power suit, the women who, Melanie Griffith in Working Girl is really what they were looking at me for.
The play follows her trying to prove her innocence. So the whole course of the play, she's meeting all these kind of wacky people who are trying to either accuse her or help her out of the situation.
This is a bureaucratic structure like anything of this size, and so some of the things in the play that are really accented and made much more menacing, I hope, than UBC's bureaucracy still exist in different forms around here.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Micki Cowan with the Ubyssey, wearing invisibility cloaks since 1918.